Okay, number one. Okay, calm down. Where are you at? She's pinging on Kenner at 2595, and she's extremely out of breath. She sounds like she's running.
At 10:47 p.m., a woman drove into the silent forest, but nothing could have prepared her for what she was about to uncover.
What's going on?
My husband, he went to go help me. My Jeep is stuck in the back around the corner, and he's been shot in the head, please.
Come here. Have a seat. Have a seat.
The horrific murder played out before her eyes, but her twisted mind hid a gruesome secret, pushing detectives to the edge of a nightmare they never saw coming.
I honestly, I don't know. I was looking at my phone, trying to call 911, and then when I looked up, there was nobody there.
Okay.
Probably think I'm crazy.
Beneath her perfect lies, investigators uncovered a tangled web of secret affairs buried over her husband's dead body.
I want to know who did, and I do not believe you that you do not know.
I don't know. I
think you're full of crap.
On the night of September 9th, 2016, a chilling 911 call from Royce City, Texas was suddenly cut off. That one terrifying moment would trigger a chain of events more twisted than anyone could have imagined. Sheriff's deputies rushed to the edge of town.
38, we're out with that female.
When they arrived, a woman drenched in mud was frantically waving down vehicles, begging someone to stop. As they approached, Chasey Pointer was shaking so hard, she could barely form a sentence.
What's going on?
My husband, he went to go help me. My Jeep is stuck in the back around the corner, and he's been shot in the head, please.
Come here. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
She claimed her husband had been brutally murdered by a faceless stranger, possibly still hiding somewhere in the darkness. The officers didn't wait. They placed her into the back of the patrol car and went to the crime scene.
Please. No, please go run. He's dead, further. Please go.
38, start ready.
No. Please. Please. Please go. Please go. Please go. Please go.
She said he's down here. He got shot in the head.
Please go. Please go. Please.
Her security unit said our Jeep is stuck down there.
As they sped down the lonely road, they first came across an old pickup truck, but just ahead, they found a second vehicle. Inside, slumped over the steering wheel, was Chasey's husband, Robert Pointer. He'd been shot in the head, an execution-style killing. Investigators would spend hours untangling the twisted events. Just when they thought they had the full picture, another piece would fall out of
All you need to
place.
do is in through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow your breathing down. Concentrate on that.
That's all right. Calm down. Breathe slow. So was anyone else out there with you?
No, I was out there by myself. I didn't
No.
tell him
Was it your husband? What's his name?
Robert.
Detectives know that people who are too eager to fill in the blanks are often hiding something, and Chasey was putting on a performance. She spoke nervously, offering details before anyone even asked a question.
When he texted me, I told him I was 3 miles away. He texted me and told me it was a long 3 minutes. When he texted me, I came around the curve and I went off the road. He said, I don't think I can make it down the road. So we walked up here and we walked back to my Jeep, and I was sitting right at the back of it, and I went to go get, and I heard a shot, and the Jeep started rolling, and I didn't see anything, and I saw a shadow. That's all I saw. Is he okay? That's my husband's blood.
Just breathe for me, okay?
That's my husband's blood.
Just breathe for me.
After a quick check by paramedics, Chasey was cleared of any serious injuries, but she looked completely shattered, and her words spilled out in frantic bursts. Chasey told officers that she had heard a loud gunshot, then looked over and saw Bob slumped over the steering wheel. In a panic, she jumped out of the Jeep and tried to run, but tripped and landed face first in a puddle of thick mud. She hyperventilated, but when she stopped talking, her breathing returned to normal.
I was looking at my phone, trying to call 911, and then when I looked up, there was nobody there.
Okay.
You probably think I'm crazy.
No, I need to understand. I wasn't there. I need to understand what you saw, okay?
And it's tall, and dark. That's all I could see. I didn't see any firearms.
Robert had served for years as a captain with the University Park Fire Department. Friends described him as a gentle giant who would give the shirt off his back to a stranger. He had a calm way of making people feel safe, even in chaos. As detectives tried to piece together what had unfolded on that dirt road, Chasey started opening up about their troubled marriage. She was quick to say they had been struggling and had tried to divorce more than once.
We don't spend a lot of time together. We can only see each other for a couple days.
Right.
Because we just...
Argue.
Yes.
Why would your husband be trying to take your daughter from you, though? Like, what reason did he
Because
give you?
he knows that that's what's going to hurt me the most. And he knows that's what's going to make me stay. We've been having problems. He's contacted an attorney to get a divorce. And I was okay with that. We've been married 6 years, almost 7 years. And he said that he wasn't going to throw my stuff out anymore. He just wanted me to come home. And I told him that was fine.
There's more to their marriage than what Chasey was sharing, and as the layers began to peel back, investigators were about to uncover more dark secrets. Before Chasey, Bob had been married for nearly 2 decades. He had 2 children from his first marriage, but things changed when he met Chasey, 18 years younger and full of energy. Over the years, Chasey lost over 100 pounds. However, as she transformed physically, their relationship began to show signs of emotional decay. Bob's attention toward her seemed to fade, and Chasey started looking elsewhere. She had even started spending nights at the home of a man named Michael Garza.
Are you and Michael Garza dating or anything like that? Do y'all have a relationship?
Yes.
Did y'all have a date? Was it date night?
No, we just hung out. We had sex.
Is he like a boyfriend or just friend? Or
He was letting me. He told me that I could stay at his house because he's not ever there. And
how old is he? How old's Michael Garza?
I don't know. He's in his 30s.
In his 30s?
Yeah.
Chasey claimed he was a truck driver and had been out of town on the night of the murder. While detectives examined Bob's body, they learned a shotgun blast to his head, fired at close range. Chasey said they had planned a quiet evening together, but on her way to meet him, her Jeep veered off a back road and got stuck. She claimed calling Bob for help. When he arrived, a stranger stepped out from the shadows and shot him. The clock had just passed 2 a.m. when Chasey was led into the interrogation room. From the very beginning, something about her version of events didn't match the physical evidence. She claimed that she leaned over him and that's how his blood ended up on her hands. But it had splattered upward, coating her in a way that didn't make sense if she had only touched him after the shooting.
I put the Jeep in park, and then I touched his face, and I yelled his name. And when I pulled my hand away, there was blood all over my hand.
The streak right there on your arm is a blood splatter, okay? You see how it splatters up your arm?
Yes.
That is not from...
I was not next to him. I was not next to him. When I touched him, I had blood running down my arm, and then I fell into a blood puddle.
You didn't see anybody standing there?
No.
I don't buy it. I think you're full of crap. I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to tell me who pulled the trigger.
I don't know.
was sure this table length distance away. Somebody taking a shotgun, pushing it right up against your husband's head. Boom.
No.
Boom. And you're telling me you see nothing? You see nothing.
As detectives pressed her further, a new thread began to unravel, one involving a man Chasey had only briefly mentioned before. Chasey admitted that during her rocky times with Bob, she started connecting with Michael online, sometimes even more than that.
He said, if I see him kiss you, he said, I'm going to cut the roof off. I don't know if he did it. I don't know that.
But what she didn't mention was that there were other men too. Brad was the one. He would later come in to speak with police, revealing a secret Chasey had been keeping for months.
Well, it was a lot of it for sex. She always told me that Robert was abusive to her. I don't know if she was trying to get me to feel sorry for her, and I just wasn't falling for it or whatever, because I kept trying. She did tell me that he had hurt her a lot, and that there was a lot of abuse going on. He never would leave marks because he didn't want no trace. I'm telling you, man, this girl was good at what she did. I was every day, around 4 to 5 o'clock. I never even suspected, boy, never that she had been married. She had told me she'd been divorced since 2014.
Her mask was slipping, and underneath was a woman capable of betrayal beyond comprehension. To detectives, it was becoming clear Chasey had been laying the groundwork for something much more sinister. 15 hours after her original statement, the truth began to slip through the cracks. Her story collapsed under the weight of its own inconsistencies.
Who killed your husband? Who shot Robert? Can you say that louder for me, please?
I did. I don't stop. And he didn't even down. He picked up my phone. He ended the call and he threw it down in front of me, and I was on my hands and knees in the mud. But I never asked him to kill him.
The plan to kill Robert was planned today.
He had talked about it, yes.
And what exactly did he say was the plan?
He told me he was going to make it look like a robbery.
I believe that he's infatuated with you, obsessed with you. I don't know what all you've truly told him.
He had talked about us, trying to live together, and I kept telling him I don't want to live with anybody.
Okay.
And when he told me he loved me, I kept telling him, I was like, that's a little stupid.
Investigators uncovered hundreds of messages between Chasey and Michael. Behind those messages was a disturbing pattern, Chasey painting Bob as an abusive monster. She told Michael that she was trapped and had no way out. When Chasey's family visited her during interrogation, they couldn't believe the monstrosity of her actions.
Robert and I have been having problems again. And he said he's going to kick me out. And then he's going to take Aspen from me again.
I talked to Robert yesterday.
I know. But he's still pushing me around.
He's not pushing you around, Jason.
Mama, you don't live there.
You're not going to yell at me, Jason.
I'm not.
I want to know what happened last night. What is all that on your leg?
He pushed me down when he got my phone, and then I took off running.
This Michael person did this to you?
I didn't want him to kill. I just wanted him to scare, to...
Oh, no.
You just wanted Michael Garza to scare Robert.
Stop it. You're hurting me.
Officer, can we get my wife out, please?
Finally, she charged with conspiracy to commit murder.
Friends call Robert Pointer a gentle giant, a big teddy bear. As a captain for the University Park Fire Department, he dedicated his life to saving others. Royce City Police say it was his wife, Chasey Pointer, and an accomplice who are responsible for Robert's shooting death Friday night. Officers found him in his truck off FM 35 and Hunt County Road 2595, just 10 minutes from the couple's home around 10:40, with a single gunshot wound. Police say they were alerted to the area by drivers who saw Chasey flagging down cars. She told the first officer who arrived that her husband had been shot. 15 hours later, after police say she'd given conflicting information during questioning, Chasey was booked into the Rockwall County Jail for conspiracy to commit murder.
Fueled by jealousy, Michael became her weapon. Investigators believed he had helped plan it all to get Bob out of the picture. Meanwhile, officers scrambled to find him. They went to his house, but it was empty and his family hadn't seen him in days.
Is it Sheila? Uh-huh. I'm Officer Meeks. We don't want to hurt him. We don't want anything. We'd like him to walk in with a smile on his face and let us do our job.
I know I didn't raise a boy that is evil like that.
We don't want it to get ugly for him any more than we do for us, okay?
On September 11th, just 2 days after the killing, Michael Garza walked into the police station and turned himself in. Even with Chasey and Michael both in custody, investigators still needed hard evidence to close the case. Then a month later, a local farmer discovered the murder weapon in his field. Ballistics confirmed it was the shotgun used in the crime.
Shotgun.
Police are actively investigating the murder of University Park Fire Captain Robert Pointer.
His wife, Chasey Pointer, is charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Another man, Michael Garza, is charged with murder.
When Michael Garza went to trial, he pleaded not guilty. The jury didn't buy his story, and neither did the truth. In the end, he was convicted and sentenced to 99 years behind bars. As for Chasey, her charges were upgraded from conspiracy to capital murder. Her defense team argued that she was a victim, but her own text messages painted a different picture, a woman telling a dark story about a violent husband she needed saving from. In the end, Chasey Pointer was found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Chasey had at least 3 other lovers aside from Michael. One of them was even caught on their home security camera. Bob had already suspected that Chasey had been cheating and had consulted a divorce attorney. The night he died, he believed he was meeting Chasey to work things out, but little did he know it was all part of a carefully constructed setup. It wasn't just a betrayal, it was the affair, the hidden lies, and the countless warning signs that were brushed aside. If you're still with us, thank you for watching. Show some love by smashing that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.